Well, it's wonderful to be here this morning. I'm going to just say a few things about myself, and then each person is going to speak, and then we'll have a time for Q&A. My name is CAPI and I'm a photographer and personal historian. I work with the Women's Committee at the LGBT Historical Society.
All right. I'm Jan Kuvion. I'm from New Leaf Outreach to Elders, which is a part of New Leaf Services for our community. We are the premier organization for LGBT, covering HIV, mental health, and substance abuse. And then Outreach to Elders is a separate but equal part. I'm going to speak a little bit about the Gay Pride Parade, what happens. The preps are pretty much all handled by the office, with the exception of the decoration, and the seniors go down and decorate the cable car the night before. And they have a great time. The problems with the cable car are, one, we cannot get disabled people on the car. You have to be completely ambulatory to ride. So that cuts out any of the disabled, people in chairs. So we're trying to figure out a way to remedy that problem. The cable car itself, people have a wonderful, wonderful time. Save my voice here. They have a wonderful time. The cheers from the crowd start as the cable car starts off, and they don't end until the end of the parade. It's a real uplift for our seniors. They love to ride the cable car. This year, we're talking about trying to get a contingent of wheelchairs to ride in front of the cable car so that everybody can, or almost everybody can participate. The more difficult part is where we're placed in the parade. If we're placed in the middle or the back, a lot of our seniors won't ride. That's because of bathroom problems and food problems. So the further we're back in the parade, they're stuck being, from the beginning, the time that they have to get there and get on the cable car early in the morning, it might be 2 o'clock before we get back to the Civic Center site. That's way too long for seniors. We begged the committee to please put us up at least in the first 35. They complied 2 years ago, and last year we had to do a little bit of battle to get moved forward. I hope we don't have to do that again. This is because it's just impossible. They've got to be in the car and over to the Civic Center within about an hour to an hour and a half so that they can all have a good time and be comfortable. It's also a health issue. Once they get to the Civic Center, there is a space called the senior space that is set up with private porta potties that are inside of a tent so the general public doesn't view them. There's a covered area with tables and chairs, and there is tables, round tables with umbrellas. It's a wonderful, wonderful space. We really have appreciated that the Pride Committee has presented a space for the seniors, and it's been comped. Unfortunately, this year it isn't going to be comped totally, so we're going to have to come up with $700 and something to have the space with all the amenities. That includes water. I'm hoping that other senior centers will pitch in to help us defray the cost. I was asked to speak a little bit about the Dyke March. The Dyke March happens on Saturday night before the Pride Parade on Sunday. We have a senior space for the dikes in front of Shahar Zahab, which that community has graciously afforded us this sidewalk in front of their space for years now. It's wonderful. The seniors have always enjoyed it, but they begin to realize that the young people, while they come marching by, and the seniors are reviewing them as they march by, the young people run over, tears streaming down their face, hugging the seniors, going on about how wonderful they are, and then past that point, if a senior is on the sidewalk, they get shoved out of the way in the mad rush for these young people to get to the Castro and party. So Shahar Zahab provides us with the chairs and tables. New Leaf Outreach to Elders provides the food and the drink. The Dyke Committee provides us with 2 porta potties, which we have guards on. So we we have them taped off, and if you're not a senior, you can't use it, unless you want to pay $5. So that's kind of a deterrent.
Your costs.
Yeah.
I'm Marvin Burrows, and let's see, I'm one of the co-founders of Lavender Seniors. I am a member of GLOBE, which is a PAC. It's called Gays and Lesbians Organizing for Betterment and Equality. And I'm also one of the co-founders of the Lighthouse Community Center in the East Bay. And I've been delivering Meals on Wheels to seniors for the last 18 years.
Wow.
My points are like parade seating. It needs the location for the, if there's any seating in your prides for seniors, they need to be, the knowledge has to be let out to the seniors. There's a lot of seniors in the Hayward, East Bay area that don't know there's seating for seniors. It needs to be expanded, and is there an entry charge for that seating area? Why? Most of us don't know that the seating is available, and sometimes it always seems to be overcrowded. And do we need reservations to get in? And talking about the senior rest area, it needs to be made a little bit more friendly to seniors. It needs to be nearby to all the refreshment stands, and it needs to be near a first aid station in case any of us have any problems. Why? Well, many of us seniors are invisible. We get ignored, we get run over if we're in a wheelchair. It's difficult to negotiate sometimes. Those locations, the location of the senior area has to be let out to the senior population, like through New Leaf or Lavender Seniors or paper or someplace. We need a lot of place to rest, and we need to be hydrated. A few years ago, we had an exhibit of senior history, and I think that should be done again. It was a wonderful exhibition, and people appreciated it. I think more organizations that deal with seniors should be near the senior area. And maybe some entertainment for us seniors as we were resting. I and my partner have attended so many prides over the years, I've lost count. My partner, Bill, stopped going as he aged because we found it more difficult to find a good place to view. Crowds were getting larger, and it made it less fun for him. Since I usually staffed at a booth, I could only view the parade in spurts and some exhibits in booths. But as I age, I staff less, and I do gate partners, collections, and for all the nonprofits I belong to. I'm also on Marriage Equality USA staff as a senior outreach director. But it continues to be fun, and I think if we make it more available to seniors, more would come. I think it's important to keep elders engaged in private events, and find a way to keep them coming is a challenge. I hope there's a way to acknowledge seniors that have played a part in prides for so many years. Thank you.